first journey towards the USA, which was a 15-minute taxi. So it's going to get a bit more enduring from here. I have a stop of 3 hours between getting my plane from Dublin to Boston. Obviously from Birmingham to Dublin first, and then from Boston to Nashville later on. So yeah, long day of travelling to start my US tour following Villa. Straight through security in a record time of 2 hours 27 minutes. No, I'm joking. Birmingham Airport, to be fair, I think it's much improved getting through, so that's good. Just waiting on my plane to Dublin now. This was the location, the back end of the Birmingham Airport terminal, where for 10 hours I was working, locked away. Yeah, that was when my flight was cancelled to Switzerland, back in September now. That was before Villa's game to Young Boys, of course. Yeah, a flight cancellation today would be an absolute travesty, so fingers crossed, none of that nonsense. We're through US customs in Dublin, which is a major benefit. I remember. Just please proceed to US briefly. I remember 2 years ago in Washington, I must have been waiting an hour and a half, 2 hours to get through, to get clearance to actually get in the country. They have a passage to the US out here in Dublin, so yeah, really useful. The extent to my interrogation was as far as only working out which sport I was covering. I said football, she frowned and said GA? No, not GA. To make things simpler, I had to go as low as saying a soccer tour. I'm out here for a soccer tour. Yeah, it's not soccer. Maybe I'm offending people, and to be fair, maybe I should get used to it being out in the States for what, 12 days or so I think I'm going to be out there. So yeah, now just waiting. I've got about 3 hours to kill before I get on the plane to Boston. So it's going to be everyone's day is 24 hours long, right? But for me, probably no sleep. Left the house around 4:30. I can't see on my boarding pass. I believe I get to Nashville at around 8 o'clock in the States, which Nashville is 6 hours behind Birmingham, pretty sure. So yeah, no sleep, but it's all part of the fun. And I've said this many times, complete privilege to follow Villa wherever. At Villa Park, domestically, and obviously across the Atlantic into the States. Did it 2 years ago, one of the best things I've ever done in my life, and yeah, absolutely buzzing to be doing it again. Meeting new people, hopefully a step up for visual production as well, for you audience members, to see what I'm getting up to see what we get up to next season as well, because it's not just obviously bringing out new kit and whatnot and doing a vlog for the States. It's something we want to do domestically as well, and certainly an area where we think we can improve. So yeah, a bit of a loose end, so just finishing off some work now and about to hop on my flight. I think it's about 7 hours to Boston, and then from there over to Nashville, and then later on in this vlog you'll see me in Nashville, maybe a little walk and talk at the end, and then many more vlogs, many different things hopefully planned, meetups, all those different things next week, well, the end of this week, next week, and onwards. The game is so gone. €8 for a salad. Oh no. I'm not paying that. No way. I'm not going to starve myself. Right, we've arrived in the States. We're in Boston. We made it 3 hours now to Nashville on the plane. Got about 20 minutes to catch my flight, so in a little bit of a rush. We're still trying to get some B-roll over the top of this vlog. Yeah, already looking forward to going to Louisville actually on Friday. That's going to be another 3 hours. That's a bus over there. And then back to Nashville. We're based in Nashville, so I've based myself there as well. Obviously St. Louis on the plane in midweek next week, and then finishing in Nashville, St. Louis and Nashville. Those are next week's friendlies. Of course, Frankfurt on Saturday night, Sunday morning for UK. Yeah, today's day of many journeys is so nearly complete. I'm in my room, so I've made it this far. Got my hot chicken wings because we are in Nashville. I think that'll do for today. I'll catch you briefly tomorrow. And now for the first day in Nashville. It's humid, it's about 5. I'll never get used to the sirens of police cars and ambulances around here. It's about 5:30 and this is uncommon for me, of course, so this won't be something normal. My sleep schedule is obviously completely messed up. But yeah, first day in Nashville today. Villa fly out around now actually, I think. A lot of players in that squad won't have actually featured in pre-season yet, at least the games against Hansa, Rostock and Walsall, so that'll be really interesting to see how the likes of Morgan Rogers, John McGinn, all those different players are going to cope, firstly physically but also tactically. Let's see what Unai has planned. There's obviously been a couple of alterations in Walsall and especially the Hansa Rostock game, a little 3 at the back going on at points, so all of those different tactical aspects, those are really the interesting things from pre-season, and I should be able to get an opportunity to pull Unai Emery a few times while I'm out here, so hopefully different bits and bobs, transfer updates and yeah, questions on a few of those players too that may or may not have a future at the club depending on what happens in the coming weeks. So yeah, I mean, it's been a quiet window, hasn't it, for Villa so far. Mainly that is due to the fact that Villa haven't sold all too many players. They've obviously loaned a few out, but really they need their window to kind of open up by a sale that by now I think they probably would have liked to have made, but nothing really concrete's happened on the front of Emi Martinez, Jacob Ramsey, all those different players who, you know, who have a value, and if that's met, essentially they go. Anyway, so what am I doing? I am in Nashville today, heading over tomorrow to Louisville, not Louisville, Louisville, as I have been corrected, rightly corrected of course. That's about a 3 hour bus, and I'll obviously let you know when we get there, and it will be a case of, again, another vlog. That'll be our first sort of match day vlog, so hopefully meeting a few fans in bars, things like that, and then some post-match thoughts from that first pre-season game out here in the States against Frankfurt, which will be a good test. They've obviously lost Ekatike. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it, in terms of results and whatnot, as we saw last summer. I think Villa lost 4-1 Columbus Crew, 1-0 to Club America, and lost to Leipzig as well, didn't they, when Diego Carlos was sent off. That would have been an interesting post-match with you and I, potentially. I remember that and thinking, what's Carlos doing? He's wasted a pre-season game for us. Anyway, that's last year, this is now, and yeah, going to be a really exciting tour. I hope that I can bring you as much as I possibly can that's in depth and close to Villa's campers as possible. Hopefully we can do that. So yeah, again, keep your eyes peeled and ears pinned back for our coverage across Birmingham Live, written, and of course YouTube here, audio as well. There's obviously bits there. What we plan to do is 3 walk and talks after a game, as I usually did last season, and then you have these little vlog style videos, which hopefully will be going out every time that I make a movement to a different part of America, and then obviously some check-ins, some podcast check-ins with Dan, anything else in between as well, that'll be covered by us too. So yeah, it should be hopefully a busy period now. As I say, Nashville today, Louisville from Friday onwards, back into Nashville Sunday. It's a couple of days back here, and then off to St. Louis, and that's next week. Where are we after that? Then Nashville again, of course, to end the tour. So yeah, really looking forward to bringing you as much as we possibly can on Birmingham Live and of course Claret Blue.